Wednesday, the 4th of September 1996, and it's 1 o'clock, just a few hours before Martha moves.
You live close by?
I live 2 miles down the road. I did, I mean, I don't know, but...
And you're actually related to Martha?
Yes. My father was a cousin. Well, Martha's going away. Leaving her home now. To go to a nursing home.
What will happen to the house?
Well, we're not quite sure. It'll depend on who buys it, really, you know. Somebody might buy it who doesn't require a house at all, or they might want to build another house. Not sure yet. We don't know really who's going to buy it.
Have you been helping Martha?
I've been here. I'm here 10 weeks today. Paul's dead 10 weeks today. I don't know how long the house, you know, would be. It's difficult to say that.
But I mean, you might guess that, let's say they've lived here for 100 years. I mean.
Oh, I'd be here. Oh, I definitely would say over 100 years. It was a small house, you know, a small thatched house originally. My father actually raised this house in 1912. And it was re-roofed then, she said, about 30 years ago. You know, sort of miss them being, you know, I miss them now. I came here every Saturday night, I mean, apart from coming, been here a wee while, but I've been here every Saturday night. So, but since my mother's dead 7 years. Before that I came up in the daytime on a Saturday. So I suppose I will miss them. Somebody says it's the end of an era.
How do you think Martha will get on?
Well, hopefully she will get on all right, you know, and have people to talk to, you know. She's a great memory, you know, to remember everything. There was people in last night, now she wouldn't have seen them for years and years and years, but she remembered them. Well, that's just what we call a pantry, you know, where they, I mean, I've left all those things out of the cupboard on it now, so it's, you know, where they kept their bread, and that's the bin where they kept the bread and things, and their milk. And maybe they had another one, I think, maybe that's somebody bought that, maybe. That's a pan, and then that's a griddle. It's quite heavy.
Morning, or good afternoon I should say.
Hello.
So what time did you all break up last night?
That was after 11, it must have been 1/4 past. First tweet rang.
Oh,
after
that was nice. Good.
it was about 11 o'clock.
Good. That's
So
good.
by the time we talked to him and
Yeah. One of Paul's inventions. Well, Martha, what do you think of all this now?
Oh well, I think little about it.
Have to keep moving on. So there's more time to think tomorrow.
There you go, I'm sure that's the best way to go.
What dreams did you have last night?
Oh, I think I slept that well, I didn't dream it.
She didn't go to bed that early, mind you.
Yeah. We're all packed.
Oh, I think the most of things.
Yeah. Did you have your potatoes for lunch today?
No,
No, we didn't
no,
bother
no.
with that. With
No.
corned beef. Was a tin of corned beef.
And what did you have for breakfast?
Cornflakes.
Oh, 2 runs.
You finished the raspberry jam, have you?
Huh?
You finished the raspberry jam.
Oh, why? Oh, what's finished? I think we went for another pot for cents.
Yeah. Well, if we get this museum up and running, you'll come back and see it all, won't you?
Oh, well.
You'll see your teapot beside the fire where you've left it.
Oh, aye, that's right.
And I have the other little teapot as well.
Huh?
I have the other little teapot.
Oh, the wee one.
No, the one that was outside, the little red one.
Oh, I like you lost the back for that was thrown out.
Yes. Well, I suppose when you got to go, you've got to go.
Oh, why? John Wilson sung that song.
Who is Jim Wilson, the Undertaker?
No, that was Malin Wilson had that wee place up there.
Yes.
And then the night before Davy and them went away, there were a dance here. And they asked, Jim come up around about 12 o'clock away from Scott. He was living away down in Gilgard. And he sung 2 songs.
Yes.
And he said that they're a bit on it, and commander of an army, I remember some men. Do you hear yon bugle calling for its I must attend?
Well, I heard you were pretty good too.
Huh? Singing?
Yes.
Oh no.
What was your favourite song?
And I was singing I was turning, then nobody heard me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the girls.
Oh well,
Did
you
you
like
find any
me?
present that was sitting about?
Well, Martha,
Well, but you can buy.
well, we'll come and see you over there.
Oh well, you need to come and see it.
That's right.
Right on. Thank you very, very much for all your trouble. Thank you.
You're
Bye
great.
bye.
Okay.
Right on. Thanks very much.
you're ready for the off.
Hey,
You're just ready for the off.
I'm just going. Right,
Well, all the best,
Bye
Martha.
bye.
So I'll see you again sometime.
You'll
All
call
right.
on sometime.
I'll call in and see you. I will
Right,
indeed. All right.
All the
Hello.
best.
Bye.
Right. Right. There you are. That's the start of time. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you.
So, this is the 9th of September. How many days have you been here now? 5?
I was here, I come on Wednesday,
Right.
not being Wednesday.
Yeah. They weren't expecting you when you came.
Huh?
They weren't expecting you.
No. They were, Janet, she brought me down too.
Right.
Janet was, and Lally brought me down.
Yes.
And then Janet had told them all, you know, but my coming,
Right.
she had them all told.
When I was going through the newspapers, the obituary of your father's death,
Hey?
the obituary of your father's death was in the newspaper that I got. That was in 1947.
47,
Yeah.
time of the big storm.
Was it in the big storm he died?
They had the road ahead now, you know.
Yes.
When Dr. James was coming up one night, he stuck up on near the house.
Right, I could believe that.
Lassie Essler and Paul and somebody else was on, and they pushed him up, and then he could get down through all right.
Right.
See. That wasn't that heavy then, you know.
Well, did they have any trouble having the funeral?
No, it was all read out before the funeral.
Oh, that was good.
Uh-huh.
What sort of a man was your father?
Oh, father was fine sort of man. He liked, like, when we were young and the neighbours came round, he was right and jolly and liked, you know, to be in a party like that, you know, to
Yeah.
carry it on through the house.
He was a bit like Paul then.
Huh?
Paul was a bit like him.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, Paul wasn't as much, of course when Paul was young, he was out gaying out. After that, he wasn't very much for going out as years at night much, you know, he wasn't out very much at night. But Daddy wasn't the same. Daddy was like the type of William James Esther. He would have went to this house at night. Maybe the next night he would want something other. he never hardly was much on for suppers.
Yes,
He was ready for going when it come up at 6 o'clock to Chili Graham's, Maggie Mellors,
yes.
Sandys, and all around the neighbours.
Well, he seemed to be a bit of a businessman. He bought up a lot of wee farms, didn't he?
Hey? Oh yeah, he bought he bought a farm down in the Granach there, the Granach farm, what they call the Lou farm, and then he bought that back out above us on John Wilson's. Was Rob Kell was on it a wee while, but then he wasn't able to stack it.
Yes.
And then he bought them. You see, that place where room was when Daddy married at the father had given him the house
Right.
over by, and there'd been a house and all there. They thatched up a house, or whether they built the house, or whether they had been an outhouse there, I don't know. But they left there, Mammy and Daddy left there for a good 20 years.
Right.
For there were only 3 of us born here, and
Your father was Henry Joy. He was called. What was your grandfather? What was he called?
William.
Just William.
William S. But I never made him, he was dead.
Did your father die before your mother?
Oh, Daddy died in 47 and Mommy died in 63.
Did she die at home up there?
Huh?
Did she die up there?
Oh, she had a wee stroke about 6 years before she died. But then I was there to attend her.
You were able to look after all that time?
All that time. She wasn't too bad, you know, for when she could even got out it. It was only more a wee than the speeches the first, but that went over.
Yeah.
And she wasn't that bad. And then she was able, she could have washed the dishes, you know, she could have
Alright.
got up in quite a year's time and I washed the dishes, but that was her. And then I had her in the, I took her to the room, you see.
What age was she when she died?
She was in her 93rd year.
My goodness. And your father, what age was he?
80.
What else do you remember about the big snow that time, Martha?
Oh, that was a bad snow, for it was up above the back window.
Yes.
The back window way up to the roof. And we didn't get milk away for a baby while then we carried Ben Robeson's and then was starting to get the road bread there.
Yeah.
There weren't as much machinery in them.
Right.
And then me and Paul carried when cans down to Maggie Miller's and left them there and they collected them there and took them all out together. Oh, it was a bad snowstorm. So was 63.
Yes. And that's right. I can remember 63. It was bad.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. We us too. It's actually, but Paul wasn't no good to get the milk out. He got it out and out round the Lunan and down the front meadow and then out onto the Lunan.
Well, did your father was he musical? Would he play any instrument?
Oh no, he never played any instrument.
But would he sing?
He could dance. He could, he found himself when we were carrying on through the house and on the neighbours, and you know, nearly every month there were a bit of sport. You see, you went to one neighbour house and
Yes.
2 or 3 was gathered together. And he and I some dance whatever he had learned in his young days. That was the Flowers of Edinburgh, he called
Yes,
it.
yeah.
So there were no of us ever knew anything about it. Then when they were having carrying on, he'd get up and showed them how to do that.
Yeah. What were your feelings leaving the house, Martha, that time?
Well, I hadn't a feeling I just was sort of nearly happy at going. For I'll tell you, it wasn't the same when I was going to the hospital. Only time I was far worse
You were?
because I was leaving Polish sale.
Right.
But then when I was in my sale, I hadn't a thought, you know. But when I was in the hospital, never a day nor a night I wasn't, you know,
Right.
thinking what how he was going to know him. That was more my way of life, you know.
Yes.
I say I just stayed on at home to keep the home going, you know. When the ones come from America, well, they never thought anything. It was home telling.
Yes.
When I was there, now there were no stranger in for the left, and they were happy to come home.
So it was a sort of relief for you to leave, was it?
Oh, well, I couldn't have faced the winter, you know, at all. And that way I couldn't have faced it there, up there, you know, I never really heard a rattle, but I was sure they were in with the way they wrecked the house. And David McKellen was the same.
Yes.
He got the same. They said David said, tell the men, were you the boys that went down to Hester?
Yes.
I'm sure it was hard on them too, because David wasn't well, you know.
Right.
It was hard on them.
Martha, just a few things. What was that big stone above the house called?
I do not know. That was there in Almighty.
But did you not call it something?
No, we called it the rock. The one was the rock over at, away up at the Wilsons.
Yes.
And they used to tell us, you know, that in olden times there were Danes there.
Right.
And then there would be a cove in there for the wee folk went into.
All right.
And it was there, not quarry, you see it, the third
Right.
the third stories, you know, about a woman living up there, and a wee woman appeared telling her not to so the water down to her channel and things like that.
But did that big rock not have a name up there above the house?
Huh?
Did that not have a name, that rock? You know.
That rock? No, we just called it Wilson's Rock, you know, because it was up in Wilson's farm, that both that rock over there where it was gravel, there was a quarry in it, kind of. There would have been a quarry in it.
There was a wee quarry where Paul planted the trees.
Oh, that was the plant we called that.
Yeah.
And then that was the quarry, that was only gravel.
Right.
Gravel. But the other thing was stones.
Yeah.
When Town Cullen come, you see, there is the stones and built in the end of that house of Towns.
Right.
For just the one anyway.
Well, any word about the farm? How's it selling?
No, there are plenty over it.
Yes.
But John McNeil is a little owner, and Bertie McElwain seems to be looking the other half of that low place that lies into him, and John's just want 8 acres around the house. Well then, McBurney was on it one day, and Jimmy Crawford, the son was in the upper back.
Right.
But there's no word of it. The man was out there, Saturday night, I think it was. Oh, Saturday night, I think it was. He was out.
And he hasn't. They haven't come to see you yet. The solicitor.
Oh no, the solicitor was out, but that auction, that Earl Mullen.
Oh, Crawford.
The Earl Mullen, not the one I think at the auctions now. But he says they're bidding out just.
Yeah, right. When I was going through your papers, I found a lot of death notices.
Lately enough, when they sent them, you know, for Canada, there were a lot of deaths.
Well, they were mainly around Glenworry, a lot of them.
Oh, well, that could be
all your neighbours.
Uh-huh.
It was amazing that they were able to get those notices out so quickly.
Aye.
I don't think you could do it these days.
No.
You couldn't rely on the post for a start. The funeral would be over by the time the post would get out.
You see, the man comes now, and to send the funeral notice just that day.
Yes, but they couldn't produce cards like that that you would send out to your neighbours.
No, that's right. I never see any of them as years.
Oh no, that stopped.
There used to be a series of them up and to the Joyce up and for when the camera came out, it was just a slap and you know on the bed.
I've got those.
Huh?
I've got those that the mice didn't eat.
Oh, well that was. Them church and that used to be all the whole go. There were nobody died, but just everybody delivered. Some man went round and delivered them to the neighbours.
Right.
All round. I think the last ones that we got was one who's on trout come down round with it for the cross hand.
Yes.
I don't know how to got them out just so quickly an hour.
What was the last wake that you remember?
Let's see whose was the last now was out. I was at Ben Robertson's
Where was it?
down in Tully.
Aye,
You see, Ben and the wife went and stayed with City at the last,
right.
where Rob Dodge has.
Well, was that a proper wake?
Oh, why, it wasn't private, you know,
Aye.
it was a week. Everybody went to it.
Aye, but I was thinking of the wakes that they would have had some drink and a bit of a party.
No, there was nothing like that, no.
No. Were there no...
They used to hear pipes in the back.
Aye. Do you not remember any of those sort of parties?
No, I never saw any of them. I might have pipes in the baker right now at Ballycullen's over beside us.
Yes.
There were pipes and tobacco sitting. But they used to, you know, whenever a death was on a dresser in the house, they used to cover it with sheets.
They covered the mirror, that's right.
Yeah, I mind of that.
And what else did they do? Did they stop the clock?
Oh, there were some places that did.
Aye.
They stopped the clock.
And did they tie the people's toes together?
Huh?
Did
Oh, I don't know. Whether they tied the toes or no. There were wakes up above, like it was always in them days, it was someone's that was, some women went and dressed them, you know.
That's right. There was Mrs. McClooney used to do it.
Mammy
Rachel McClooney did it. Isn't that right?
well, Mammy and Mrs. Creel, they were walkers, or they were tallies up above us where Liddy's is lit.
Yes.
And there were old women who were Rose and Peggy and Mary. Well, whenever Mary Creelan was working, that was John McCormick's wife, but she went to America then, but she was working with the Tallies alone. And kind of looking after them. Well then, when all of them died, Mary or some of them come down, and then Lassie Creel would come up, and then Mammy and her dressed them and all.
I laid them out.
But then after that, you see, it's the undertaker.
Yes.
But them old ones are up there, that was the way they were.
I still have some sheets that were used for that.
Huh?
I have sheets, linen sheets,
Oh, like
that were used for that.
aye. The sheets done up. And
That's
then
right.
they used to have, you know, there were no candlesticks brought when the Catholics was awakened.
Yes.
You see, and we had candlesticks, and they used to, come for the candlesticks.
They borrowed your candlesticks.
Oh, they borrowed the candlesticks. You had to have them scoured up whenever that was.
Were those the candlesticks that you had? Who did you give them to? Dwight?
Right. I know to Margaret.
She,
To Margaret.
she liked that story.
I don't know whether she could tell the story or not.
Well, then, do you remember the coffin's been covered in cloth?
Black.
Black for Protestant.
Likely that was
And
that.
the Catholic were brown.
Well, maybe the Catholics were right. I might have seen them black. But we danced terrors with Patrick, Paddy O'Hara, you know, and Paddy O'Hara, Rosa O'Hara there, they used to live out in Turta where Kane was.
Yes.
And Ed Whelan died. It was just not very old, you know, but, and Bobby Dempster could tell us about Donegan down to tell him that they made coffins. Bobby made coffins.
Yes.
Adam and Bobby. And Bobby said, tell Daddy, see, but what size were they needed? Oh, see, it's just a wee thing, see, it doesn't matter, he'd be better. Bobby was dead. Fun, you know. But we could have told them stories when you had been up and you knew an hour of it round of it. But Durf and he had all them stories.
Right.
He didn't get much measurement. He said Daddy didn't give him much measurement for that was the way he told them.
Well, Martha, coming back to being in here, what's it like switching on a light?
Oh, I never switch it on them and switch it on, but they should be how to switch it on if I was wanting them.
Aye.
But there's plenty of light. That was the only thing when I come there for 2 days after I come, I was reading dull there, and they kept the light on all the time, and it was on my eyes, the
Yes.
electric light, you know, up there, there are that many bulbs on it in that big room.
What's it like turning on the water?
Oh, that's all right. I can do that all right.
And the bath? What's a bath like?
Oh, the bath's all right too.
Do they help you into it?
Oh, they have a chair for putting you in there.
But that must be quite a surprise for you, is it?
No, I was used in the hospital while, you know.
What did you do in the old days? Did you have a big tin bath in front of the fire?
Big long tin bath.
It would take a lot of water for that, wouldn't it?
Oh, I took a real lot of water for it.
And then did you all jump in?
Oh, you had to get into it.
Aye, but I mean, did everybody then get in?
It doesn't everyone. They just washed themselves.
Aye. Paul used to wash at the spout.
Oh, he got a photo.
Aye, he did.
And then he wanted back to see him washing the spout.
Aye.
Oh, that's what he done every time and he shaved.
Aye.
He went out and washed the spout.
And he shaved at the spout.
No, he shaved in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But as soon as he finished that, he just took the soup and away, he went to the spout. He
Right.
wouldn't have got water in the bucket. If I was sitting there, I would have said, take it there, plenty it outside of the door. Take that up and see if you go.
Aye.
Oh, he wouldn't do that. He washed head and face and all the spout. Oh, when he was young, he run a brave lot, you know.
Yes.
Him and Charlie Cutter run together, run here and there.
Some of the photographs are very... Oh, we found some slide photographs, Martha, coloured slides.
Them wee ones.
Aye, Tom or somebody must have taken them. The wee-
No, that was Mary.
Yes.
Mary took them back and forth when she was at home. When she came home, you see, she was home that often. I come home. She come home when she was 5 years there, and she come home when she was 5 more. And then she was coming 38, but Tommy was getting married, and she didn't get coming the year my daddy died there.
Yes.
Well, then after that, she was with ladies, and they were coming to England.
Yes.
And she travelled with them everywhere. And then maybe they would have been coming to England for 2 summers after that, and doing around France and Switzerland and these places.
Yeah.
And then when they come to England, they had big people that they were in with, and then she could come on home.
Yeah.
That was the way.
That was some experience for her coming from the cross, wasn't it?
Oh, but she was there a good wee while, and then she went to the States, and then she fell in with these ladies stay.
Did she marry?
No, she never married, no.
Where's she buried, Martha?
Huh? Oh, she's buried in Florida. She built a house there.
Right.
Uh-huh. She was buried in Florida.
Rose Spence, what happened to her?
And she went away to Canada. Them Spences, both Rose and Sarah and Tom and Wally, all went to... Tom Spence he went away young, but he came out a clergyman.
Right.
And then Wally went to South Carolina. Well, there were photos in the house. Oh, the Wally Spence's was at the St. Link, you know.
Yeah.
He went and he married some woman that had went out for the town, and then her wounds had ones that she went out to had given her the property, the big farm and all.
Yeah.
And Mary went away to see Wally. When she was going down to Florida, she got stopped and went to see Wally Spence's. That was some... Mary said that like the furniture and all was antique, and
Yes.
it was a big house she had. But Tom was a clergyman, and then his son was a clergyman. He came about Harry Dempster's there
Yeah.
a whole of times. He was a clergyman too.
Has John Spence been over to see you yet?
Huh?
Has John Spence been over?
No, he wasn't on here,
No.
but he was there last day.
Oh yes, oh, he was there that
Yeah,
night.
he was there last morning.
This is the 9th of September, and Martha can still see the windmills if she wants to. She's now in Brayfield Nursing Home, set in nice grounds.